What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday morning live stream here. Just me on the podcast here today. Coming at you from the Hit the Books live stream. Catch us on Rumble and all of our other social links. We might have some daily plays later for you today, but I have some games that we're going to dive into right now in the MLB. We have a full slate today. We're going to start off with my Boston Red Sox, a team that's been exceeding expectations so far this year. 5 games over 500 in the toughest division baseball. Who saw that coming? Not me, but I'm definitely happy to see it. That pitching staff for the Red Sox has been pitching great this year. And today they have Kelly going, not one of their top starters. I know they have Pavetta, Crawford, Bayo, and Houck that have been pitching great this year. Cooper Criswell as well. But today we got Kelly going on this Sunday. They're coming in at plus 140 against the Cincinnati Reds, which is a crazy line to me. Red Sox have been playing some great baseball as of late. Yesterday, Jaron Duran saving the game for us and bringing us our 41st win. The Reds coming at minus 165. Nick Lodolo is on the mound. He's pitched great this year. One of their top pitchers over there in Cincinnati. And that line has been pretty electric with Ellie De La Cruz and the rest of the staff. I know there's no Matt McLean yet this year, and Christian Encarnacion Strand has been shut down. So this should be a good one between the Red Sox and the Reds. The over sitting at 9.5. I like the over today. I think the Red Sox are able to get to Lodolo a little bit in Cincinnati. And Kelly, not too surprised about him with the Sox. I think maybe a team total over for either team might be something to look at, but I think this is going to be a good one. The Red Sox are looking to stay hot, but at plus 140 with one of their weaker pitching options. I don't know if I'm going to touch them today, but definitely good to look at them in the coming days if they aren't able to pick it up, as they've been hovering around 500 or better all season long. That should be a good one. Unsure if we're going to card this one, but definitely check it out. This is going to be a good game today. The next game I'm going to dive into deals with the Atlanta Braves and the New York Yankees. New York Yankees are a powerhouse in the MLB this year, and that's evident as they brought in Soto from San Diego. They have Aaron Judge hitting right next to him. They brought up that rookie Ben Rice, who's been pretty nice to watch, and then the rest of their supporting crew is pretty good. Eager to see what they do at the deadline, because if that team adds another bat, I don't know if they're going to be able to be stopped, but their one nemesis is the postseason. As a Red Sox fan, I'm going to make sure that's emphasized as often as I can. Meanwhile, the Atlanta Braves, they're without Acuna, they're without Spencer Strider, but they're still a very valid team in the playoff hunt. That weak wild card in the NL is wide open. I know the Phillies are kind of running away with the NL East. However, the Braves only 8 or 9 games back, but leading that NL wild card. I think they're still going to make it to the playoffs this year. They have Max Fried going today. He's a stud up against Nestor Cortez. Two really good lefties going for these teams. Both coming in at minus 110 on the money line. Kind of a generous price if you've been riding these Yankees all year long. Wouldn't doubt you if you went with them again today. I think they should be able to get the job done. But Max Fried is no slouch on the mound as the ace is ready to go. Marcell Ozuna having a great year for the Atlanta Braves, taking over for Acuna. He's the top notch that's going to need to get them over the hump in the Bronx today. But the Yankees at home with Nestor Cortez, who's pitched well this year, only had a 4-5 record, looking to get to 500. Tough task against Max Fried on the other side, but I think the Yankees should be able to get it done at minus 110. Wouldn't be surprised to see the boys put that one out there. Hate betting on the Yankees, but we're here to make you some money, and that's a good pick whenever you have it on the line. Keeping it moving here, another good matchup we've got comes in the NL, a team we don't talk about too much. The St. Louis Cardinals are fighting with the San Francisco Giants. Played at Rickwood Field earlier this week. That was pretty fun to see out in Alabama. Today they're coming in with almost a pretty even money line. Giants coming in just over even at plus 105, while the Cardinals at minus 125. It's Logan Webb versus Sonny Gray. What a pitcher's duel. Sonny Gray coming over from Minnesota last year, and Logan Webb, we know he almost won that Cy Young, and his now teammate Blake Snell took that home. I think the Giants are able to steal this one against Sonny Gray. I think Webb's able to throw a gem. I like the money line for the Giants here. They've had some bats really heating up for them. Helio Ramos was a surprising rookie star that they've seen jump on the scene. A little late breakout for him. Rest of the lineup hitting pretty well. St. Louis, meanwhile, Brendan Donovan, Nolan Gorman, they've been having great years, and there's a lot of other good bats in that lineup like Goldschmidt and Arenado. Unsure if Arenado is going to be in the lineup today, so check your lineup card for that. Maybe the lineup will shift if he is actually in. But I think the Giants are able to go into St. Louis and take one from Gray today, which hasn't been able to happen much. He's sitting at 8-4. Logan Webb sitting at 6-5. This should be a great matchup, though. Like I said, NL West wildcard wide open. So these two teams, either of them could really stake claim to a win here, and it would be fun to see. That NL is going to be wide open. They're not looking to win their division, but if you can stay above 500, you're right there in the NL wildcard race. And then let's go back to the AL here, the Royals and the Rangers. The defending world champions, Texas Rangers, they've been kind of underwhelming to start this year. 4 games under 500. I know they've had injuries. Josh Young out for a while. Nate Eovaldi, he's hit the shelf. But Max Scherzer's back today. On home field, are they able to beat the hot Kansas City Royals? They've been very good this year. They're only 6 games over 500. I know they've cooled down as of late, but we've been very high on them. Bobby Witt Jr. is going to be an all-star. Should start over Gunnar Henderson, in my opinion, but may lose that popularity contest to that top Baltimore team. However, Witt's been a stud. I mean, this team was in the basement for a few years, and now he's in the mix, and he's able to bring them to the forefront. They have Michael Garcia hitting that lineup with him, Vinny Pasquantino. There's actually some good bats out there, and then old reliable Sal Perez, World Series champion, still there. Good pitching staff for them, consisting of Cole Ragans. Michael Wacha came back yesterday. Today they got Alec Marsh on the mound. He's been pitching pretty well too. They're coming in at plus 130. I think the Royals are able to spoil Max Scherzer's season debut on the plus 130 money line. Love that. Shop your books. You might be able to find an even better line for the Royals there. But they've been an electric offense, and the pitching staff is coming together. I wouldn't be surprised if they make a push for that division. I know the Guardians have been great this year. However, the Royals, they have the team to do it. I think they're going to add at the deadline too, so that'd be awesome to see. I like over 8.5 today. I like the plus 130 for the Royals. I think you can lock both those in and have a pretty successful day. Jumping back to the NL, one more game here on our slate that I really want to cover. It's the Padres and the Brewers. Michael King's been a stud. If you've been watching him pitch, yeah, his numbers aren't that great when it comes to that 5-4 record or that 3.49 ERA. Pretty good, solid, but his strikeout rate is insane. He had that 13K performance against Oakland a couple of weeks ago, followed it up with almost 10 Ks last start. I think he's able to get into that. He doesn't go too deep into the game, so maybe look at his K prop or first 5 for these Padres here. The Brewers, meanwhile, very solid team. Tobias Myers, I don't think he's very good, but he's been pitching well. Has a 4-2 record and a better ERA than Michael King on the year. They're both in the hunt. The Brewers are probably going to win their division, and then the Padres, meanwhile, they're pushing for that NL wild card. I think this is going to be a great one here. Could see either one winning, but I think first 5 for the Padres and a Michael King team total strikeout over. It's not a bad bet there. Full game, though, I like the Brewers on the money line. So it's a really good Sunday slate here. We really got to stay locked in on this MLB. It's been heating up a ton. We also have Pablo Lopez going for the Twins today. Paul Skeens going for Jesse and Huff's Pirates today. He's been great. You know, Livy Dunn's going to be in the stands if he's on the tit today. And then on the tit, when I say the bump, the mound, you should know what I'm talking about there. Let's get our minds out of the gutter. But taking on the Rays in Pittsburgh, that should be a fun one. I don't know if they're able to get the job done, but I like, again, kind of like the King bet. I think Skeens is able to put up that strikeout total, does it game in and game out, and they're letting them kind of stretch it out now and get up high in those pitch counts. So that should be a fun one. Like I said, Pablo Lopez pitching against the A's. If you want to take his high strikeout total, feel free. He's going to have another great day. Former strikeout leader in the AL last year, and he's looking to right the ship this year and get right matchup in Oakland today. That should be a good one. And then finally on Sunday Night Baseball, we don't really have it on the slate. I'm not going to touch this game too much, but the Mets have been pretty good since they brought out Grimace throughout the first pitch. So shout out Grimace, McDonald's, pairing with the New York Mets. It's a pretty crazy sight to see. I think that Severino's been a great ad for them coming out of the New York Yankees, going over the Mets. Not too far of a train ride, but he's pitching well this year. They should be able to win Sunday Night Baseball, but it's in Chicago against the Cubs, who have been pretty pesky this year. Both teams sitting one game apart and fighting for that NL wildcard spot. That's going to be a great one. We have a great slate today. But yeah, we're going to get out our plays on our accounts. Make sure you check out the social media. We post our plays today. Positive units on the year. We've been solid all year long. We're approaching the All-Star game and the trade deadline. Make sure you tune into our podcast releasing Wednesday night, Thursday morning, as we're going to be covering our All-Star bracket as we fill it out, and looking forward to that home run derby as well. And like I said, this trade deadline is going to be massive. It's going to be massive and affect which teams are able to get over the hump. With a lot of guys sitting around 500, those wild cards wide open nowadays with 2 or 3 teams in the race. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be a great slate of baseball today. And oh yeah, we still have the Stanley Cup Finals going. It's not just baseball yet. Tomorrow night, and Huff touched on it yesterday, we've got Game 7 between the Oilers and the Cats. I have those Oilers on that long shot bet, if you remember. I think they're able to get the job done, but definitely tune into that. That could be history in the making. It's either a reverse sweep or the Panthers' first cup. It's going to be a famous day in hockey history regardless. So tune in there. Some great baseball, some great hockey. We're looking forward to it. Thanks for tuning in today, and check out our podcast this week where we'll dive into the World Series champion in this MLB All-Star Game trade deadline news with some NFL mixed in as well. Thanks for joining us today, guys. We'll be back with you soon. Check out those socials. We'll get you some green. Hit those bucks.